All right, so we're diving into another one of Michael Connelly's works. This time it's The Waiting.
Yes.
And, as always, it's hard to talk about just one Connelly book without bringing in
Oh,
context from others. And
right.
the characters, often span several books.
Yes.
But we are going to do our best to keep this focused on The Waiting as much as possible. So for anybody who is new to Michael Connelly, first of all, welcome. We're so glad to have you.
Yes.
You're in for a treat. Connelly is a master of the crime fiction genre. He's best known for his Harry Bosch series,
Absolutely.
which this is a part of,
Yes.
but he also
should
has
say.
other books and series, and they're
Mhm.
all fantastic. But
Yes.
The Waiting centers around Renee Ballard,
Yes.
who she is really becoming quite the, force in his books.
A fan favorite.
I mean, she's a total badass. She's this incredible detective working Hollywood homicide. But she's also such a complex character. She's got this drive to solve every case, even when the system is working against her.
Right.
And she's, still dealing with the sexism
Sounds
and
outrageous.
the challenges of being a woman in the LAPD.
Absolutely. And you see that evolution of her character so beautifully in The Waiting. Like, remember in The Late Show when she was kind of this lone wolf butting heads with everyone?
Yes.
Here, she's more sure-footed, more willing to bend the rules, but always for the right reasons. That scene where she practically dares her captain to discipline her for pursuing a lead.
Oh, yeah.
Classic Ballard. She's not afraid to fight for what she believes in.
Exactly. And that's what makes her such a compelling protagonist. But of course, this wouldn't be a true Michael Connelly novel without
Harry Bosch.
Harry Bosch. He's back, officially retired, but we all know he can't stay away from a good mystery, especially when it involves cold cases.
Exactly. And I love how Connolly brings these two together. Ballard, with her fresh perspective and unwavering determination, and Bosch, with his years of experience and his own unique way of navigating the LAPD's underbelly. It's like watching a masterclass in detective work.
Yeah.
But with this added layer of tension.
Totally. You can practically feel the sparks fly between them. They're both so committed to justice, but they have such different approaches. And then just when you think the dynamic can't get any more complicated, Connelly throws another curveball. Maddie Bosch.
Oh, yes.
Harry's daughter. She's all grown up and starting her own career in law enforcement.
It's fascinating to see how her presence impacts both Ballard and Bosch. She's this reminder of Bosch's past, his legacy.
Right.
But she's also forging her own path. And for Ballard, I think Maddie represents a kind of bridge between their generations, a way of understanding Bosch's unwavering dedication.
It adds such depth to their already complex relationship. And speaking of complex, let's talk about those cold cases, because that's really the heart of The Waiting, right?
Absolutely. Connolly has always been drawn to stories of the forgotten, the victims whose cases were never solved. In The Waiting, he doesn't just revisit these cases, he excavates them, layer by layer.
It's like he's giving a voice to the voiceless.
Yes, like in The Poet, where Bosch says, everybody counts or nobody counts. That theme resonates so strongly in The Waiting.
Totally. And he sets these stories against the backdrop of Los Angeles, a city he knows like the back of his hand.
Los Angeles is almost a character in itself in Connolly's books, isn't it? The sprawl, the grit, the secrets hidden beneath that sunny facade. You can practically feel the city breathing as you turn the pages.
Right. It's like he captures the pulse of the city, the good, the bad, and everything in between. And that's what makes his writing so immersive, so captivating.
Absolutely. And speaking of captivating, can we talk about Connolly's writing style for a moment? That sharp dialogue, the way he builds suspense.
Oh, it's masterful. He just sucks you in from the first page and doesn't let go. And the plot twists. Don't even get me started on the plot twist. I was on the edge of my seat the entire time.
Me too. And I recently came across some of his book club discussions with his editor, Asha Muchnick. It was fascinating to get a glimpse into his process.
Oh, really? What did he say?
Well, he talked about how he wanted to show Ballard's vulnerability in this book without undermining her strength.
Yeah.
And I think he achieved that beautifully. She's tough, but she's also human. You feel for her.
Absolutely. And the ending, I have to say, I did not see that coming.
Right. Connolly leaves you with this sense of hope, but also this lingering unease. Like, justice was served, but at what cost?
Exactly. It's those thought-provoking questions that make his book stay with you long after you've finished reading.
Absolutely. The Waiting is a masterclass in crime fiction, a story that will keep you guessing until the very last page. If you haven't read it yet, what are you waiting for?
Seriously, add it to your reading list. You won't regret it. And for those who have read it, we want to hear from you.
Well,
What did you think of the ending? How do you feel about Ballard and Bosch's partnership?
yes. Head over to our social media pages and share your thoughts. We love hearing from fellow Connolly fans.
Until next time, happy reading.
Happy reading.